We make so many mistakes, don't we? I mean, we just make mistakes. And then when I think back on my mistakes, and if I told you all of them, you would laugh at my tears as I'm replaying that in my mind. Because I made every mistake in the world. And I've learned the hard way. So for you as entrepreneurs, you have to learn to take counsel, to get mentorships. But the first thing you have to learn, and I tell this to everybody. And right now I'm president of a foundation, and we have doctors of chiropractic in about 17 colleges across the country. The most important thing that you need to learn, and this is how I got my start. I grew up in Pittsburgh, graduated from West Virginia, and I lived in this small little town. And my family settled in Western Pennsylvania. So we were like inbred. And I had to get out of Dodge. I wasn't built like that. No. I had light blonde hair. There weren't any, so I was always, if anybody saw me doing something wrong, I got in trouble. I packed up my Pinto station wagon and a big antenna, long blonde hair, black leather coat. I was really feeling pretty good. And I headed to California, of course. So I'm about halfway across the state, and I'm thinking, where am I going to go now? Halfway across the country, where am I going to go now? So I heard that song, Do You Know the Way to San Jose? I said, you know what, I think I'll go there. So, boom, up there. So I played a lot of sports, and I was going to be a police officer. So I got a temporary job at Long's Drug Stores, which was a decentralized business. We all know what that is, right? Well, we do our own purchasing, we have our own accounting, we have all that. Do everything ourselves within that box. And since I played so much in sports, and somebody play golf, they call me, softball, they call me. So I was a good old boy, So I got promoted fast. I was the youngest system manager in history of the company. It wasn't because of my ability. I mean, first one to say. So I'm traveling back to Pittsburgh, and I'm sitting in an airport bar. I'm having a beer, and probably iced tea if you do that. I was having an iced tea, you won't say. And a white-haired gentleman sat next to me, and he says, what do you do? And I said, well, I'm assistant manager for Long Drug Stores. I said, what do you do? He said, I'm vice chairman of Drug Emporium. And we started talking. I said, where are you going? I said, Pittsburgh. He's in Columbus, which is 2 hours. And this is a true story, no bullcrap. So he says to me, let me have your return ticket. And I take it, I give it to him, he put $300 on the bar. And he said, I want you to rent a car and come back a day early and I'll have a return ticket to San Jose. Can you do that? And I left, when I left Pennsylvania, I was getting out fast. I was supposed to be there 2 weeks, and I knew 2 weeks was too long. So I said, okay, and I did this. So after I talked to him a little bit, he asked me, can you do a turnaround in a family drug chain? And I looked at him, his son. I said, well, what is it? Well, they have 3 stores, 9 months behind in payables. It's a disaster. Can you do a turnaround? I said, how much does it pay? He told me. I said, oh yeah, I do. No problem. No problem. So I'm an assistant manager, 29 years old. I play sports. I happen to be there because I play sports. 30 days later, I'm in Washington, D.C. I'm in charge of a corporation with pharmacies, bank relationships, board of directors, accounting. I didn't even know what a debit and credit was. But I did it. I dug in and I did it. And it all, I just got lucky from a conversation in the bar. I just got lucky. Or who knows where I would be. So when I'm talking these chiro doctors, future doctors, I tell them, you have to go into like Panera Bread and tap somebody on the shoulder and say, hey, your shoulder's sloping or something. And you'll get 3 responses, right? You'll get, don't ever talk to me again. You'll get, thank you very much, and they'll ignore you. Or 3, they'll engage in conversation. If you can get over those first 2 negatives, and you learn the skill to talk to anybody This will enhance your life. And it will open you up to a lot of opportunities. If you take anything from what I'm talking today, it's that point. You can't be shy as an entrepreneur. You can't be shy in business. You have to be able to talk to everybody. That's really important. You have to be able to make eye contact. You have to be able to ask questions. And when somebody doesn't want to talk and they seem interested, you got to drill in. Keep drilling. That's how you learn. If not, opportunities will pass you by. Mentorships. If I could go back now and I could know about mentorships, I would have done so much better. I went from 17 million to 138 million in 8 years. But it was very difficult. Now, if I'd have been a smart guy, I'd have went out and I would have called other drug chains and talked to the presidents or the vice president of operations or people and start pumping them for information, right? Why make the same mistake twice? Why do that? So after I left Drug Emporium, have anybody heard Total Wines? Isn't that a great business? You know what I used to do in DC? I used to sample beer and wine all day. I am the founder of Total Wines. It was called Total Beverage. And how we started that, 101 crazy ideas, right? We had shopping centers, and it was elevated facing this way, and underneath it was empty, just beams. We've already paid for the shopping center, because it's dark room. We used to own several public companies. We said, what can we do with that space? I came from big box drug chain. I didn't see any big box wine stores. Let's do that. Pick it up, boom, right? We have no fear, right? We all have no fear, or we wouldn't be here, correct? Correct? You're not afraid of anything, right? Yeah. I'm not afraid of anything. I'm not afraid of failure. I'll tell you a story about failure. So I put people in charge to open this company, and next thing I know, the laws are from Prohibition, and it's cash on delivery. Next thing I know, we have $2 million of inventory in there, cash. I'm like, what the hell? How are you going to expand this like this? So I dug into it as an entrepreneur, and I have to understand that business, right? You have to understand your business. But what else do you have to understand? You have to understand the other people's business. Who sells to you? Understand their business. Who you're selling to? Understand that type of business. And you got to get in and dig. It's not enough to just worry about your business, your profile, your goal, your driving metrics for what you're doing. You got to understand everybody around you. So when you understand everybody around you, you can improve your business. An example, I want to intertwine the examples. Going back to the drugstore days, it was so bad that I used to cut the payroll checks on Friday and pray they wouldn't go to the bank until Monday. That's how close we were. Then we got cash rich. And I got lazy. I stopped paying attention. Stopped paying attention to the little things. I let other people run things. I didn't keep my hand on it. I wasn't paying attention to the cash flow. Most important thing in your business is what? Cash flow. Second most important business is sales. You don't have sales, you're not going to have any cash flow. But with cash flow, you better know where it's going. So these F&M comes in, and they opened 12 stores, and they took away my growth. And man, I do not fail. I don't like it. I take it personally. So I had several stores, so I focused the entire team on doing nothing and putting them out of business. So again, what do we have to do? We have to learn this business and this business. I studied F&M as hard as I studied my business. And I learned that their supply chain was too long. Replenish your stores. We were decentralized. They were from a warehouse out in Detroit. They're selling things below cost, key items. People buy products, they buy value. The value they were selling was below cost. What did we do? I went in and bought it. I paid cash. I bought them out of business. So their key items, They didn't have anything. And I resold them, right? It was below cost. I resold them. Customer goes there and want to list their email. I don't have it from Let me go there. I want to get pressed. I want to get down. Again, you have to understand the other people's business. We literally put them out of business to go out, but we did. We don't fail, right? Right? Somebody comes after us, we come after them harder because we're Spartans. You remember back in history, Spartans, the males were raised as warriors. And they were raised to fight. They were raised to win. So the Romans, they wanted to conquer them. Well, the Romans were becoming civilized. They were becoming like I was. I was cash rich, doing a lot of business, sitting back, enjoying myself. And the Spartans were coming. And the Romans could never conquer these guys. Never. Never, never. So finally, the Romans brought everything they had. And after 25 years, I think it was, they conquered. So what they did was they poured salt in their fields. And to this day, their fields won't grow. Because they learned how to remember where they came from. They got lean and mean, and they refused to lose. And that was one of the longest civilizations. And that's what we are, right? Are we? I mean, don't you, somebody want to take your business? Don't you want to just rip their website? I mean, be honest. They're taking it from you. I mean, I'm telling you what the real world is. Everybody wants to say, yeah, this business is enough business for everybody. My way, I win. They lose. So that's what I think about that. Now, failure, entrepreneurs usually fail their way to victory, fail their way to winning. I'm doing this Cairo thing. And we had a doctor, student doctor that came in, got his license. And they go out and do community dinners and things to try and get patients. This guy, he goes 0 for 25, 0 for 13. He couldn't bring anybody in. 0 for 20, blah, 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 blah. We're working with him and we're working with him and he's failing and he's failing and he's failing. Because he wouldn't give up, right? Because he had it in him. He would not give up. And I said, what is the problem? And he said I said this. I don't believe I did. And I said, do you have some mental issue or do you have something freaking wrong with you that you can't do this? So we sent him to another doctor, another leader. And he failed, 0 for 10, da, 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 da. Today, he has 1,000-a-week practice. He failed his way to success. And that's what we do. We fail, and we get up and we start again. We fail, we get up and we start again. Is that right? That's what we do. That's the way it is. So when we're designing our businesses, when we're coming up with our businesses, we have to do these fundamentals. You have to have a good business plan. But more important, you got to have a good financial plan. A budget is above everything else. A budget is your roadmap. You design your roadmap out, all you do is follow it. That's all you do. You have to develop relationships. Who can help you? You have to go out and find competitors and know them. I study all the businesses I can to come up. And there's always something I can copy. I've never had an original idea in my life. I copy everything. I just make it a little better. I need a piece of it, I put it in here. That piece of it, I put it in here. Whatever your ventures you're looking at, find the closest thing to them. Copy them. Make it better. Look at what they're doing. Talk to them. Go after those type of things. Don't be so proud. I copy everything. Everything. There's nothing I can copy. And they think I'm a creative guy. Not creative. Not creative at all. I just know how to take ideas and put them in. And I have a thing called 101 Crazy Ideas. And what that is, we sit in meetings and we come up with the wildest ideas you can ever have. You write them down, you pen them out, and you talk about them. And then you go, you narrow it down to something, and you go do it. Go do it. Trust these ideas. Do it. You never know what the next thing's going to come up is going to help your business. You never know. And we do that. So, in the wine business, to tell you we drove some sales. Dom Perignon, as everybody knows, right? $95. So we got a bottle of that. And that's what we hung our hat on. Dom Perignon, $95. You know, it's usually a lot more. So when we went out and we found another bottle of champagne that was shaped the same as the bottle of Dom Perignon. And we called it Baby Dom. And we charged $95.95 for Dom. And we charged $9.95 for this one, right? So we told everybody, value. They buy value. We told everybody that our wine consultants sampled it. They couldn't tell the difference. Well, we did that. We found somebody who couldn't tell. That's what we found, right? Then we come up with the story. And the story was, this is from Spain. And the reason why you haven't heard of it is because every time you hear Dom Perignon, that's because they advertise. Every time you advertise, it costs a good goes up, right? You got to pay for the advertising. We kept it down. Then what we said was, try it. If you don't like it, guess what? Bring it back empty and it'll be free. Just bring it back empty. I had the back of the Washington Post. On the very back side up here, I had my logo here. Up here, I said, buy it or try it. If you don't like it, bring it back. No questions asked, free. How many bottles do you think we had come back? 3. No, not a bottle. Not a bottle of tin. Imagine that. They're by value. We have a story around what you're doing. You have something to hang your hat on when you build your business. And you have to build, and you have something everybody can connect to. You're going to find a connector on this business. What the uses are. You're going to make it kind of cool, kind of neat, that type of thing. On what we're doing at the foundation, I'm working with there's a place out in Los Angeles called the Dream Center. And what the Dream Center is, this pastor, I'm from the fee-based. Nobody else wanted to do the foundation, so they put me in there. So now they think I'm anointed. Because I'm running this religiously. I mean, I'm a little religious, but I'm not, like Dream Centers. So they buy this hospital, and they turn it into a place of refuge for homeless people and for drug addicts and those type of things. They house about 250 people in there. So we opened a clinic inside there. You can't forget your social media. You can't forget your social helping people by going through social media. You can't forget that you have to give back. And you can't forget that a job is a job, but without a purpose, it's nothing. You have to have a purpose in life, more than what you're doing. Connecting with people, making a difference. You can grow your business and grow your business, but you got to make a difference with somebody. And when you do that, the satisfaction comes in. So we put a clinic inside there. Now, I've always been a turnaround guy. I've turned around a lot of companies, many companies, small manufacturing companies. And a lot of times you go in there, you have to do things you don't like to do. And since I've been doing this foundation, I've been talking to these people because I've never been involved in giving back. It has changed my life. It's made a difference. And it's made me a better business person as well. And in your businesses, you have to remember that. You have to give back. And you have to find something you can hang your hat on. A video, a story, something that's attention grabber. What we came up with this little video. And I show this to everybody. And this is called Maximize Living Foundation.org. If you ever want to. This is what we hang our hat on in the foundation. That have sound?
Yes, it does.
Oh,
live on the street. It includes people addicted to drugs. It includes people addicted to alcohol. It includes homeless families. And the Dream Center is the best way to reach them. As a mission that's based on compassion, we want to do this for all people, not just the wealthy or the people around the corner who can pay for it.
We're not called to be relevant to our communities. We are called to be revolutionary. We are called to show them something they have never seen before. Our goal is to dream for people who have lost their dreams.
Hi, my name is Dr. April Smith with Max Life Living. You are standing inside the office right now in the Dream Center in Los Angeles, California. In this room is where people in the program will be getting their first chiropractic adjustments ever, will be educated on chiropractic philosophy, and just truly immersed in the Max Life Living culture.
This life is yours. Do with it what you will. I give you my everything because I want to care for people.
That's our image statement. I show that to somebody, they don't forget who we are, right? You guys will never forget that, right? That hits them right there. That's what you gotta have in your business. Have something that hits them. Have something that grows within them. And you'll see your business grow a lot. But that's, to me, this has changed my life. And it'll change all your lives too. If you go all the way down, you see what world changes. Something like that. Look at that. So you know you're talking to a world changer. Because we're making such a difference. It's really a cool thing to do. So I want to open it up to a lot of questions. But I like being back and forth more than just talking. Okay.
You talked about the competition part and like Spartan Warrior and like, you know, someone has to win in the marketplace. But did you say that like you were really heavily involved with Total Wine?
I was. I found it. It's called Total Beverage. We sold
founded Total Wine.
Yeah.
Total Wine is one of the businesses like Wawa, Publix. I feel like there's like a deep reverence for the customer experience. Like does everything, just knows exactly what I want. So how do you balance like being a Spartan Warrior with just like focusing on the customer, solving a need for the customer, obsessing over the customer? Because I see that in Total Wine.
Because people don't buy products, they buy value. And what I used to do in Total Wines was, in Total Beverage, is I set up tasting tables. And I had to understand the demographics of the wine drinker. And I didn't know this. I was from deep discount. I wasn't in this upper economy type thing. So the demographics were 35 to 55 drank wine. Right? Below that was beer and Pepsi. So as I started studying that, I noticed we had three customers. We had one that was that spent a couple $100,000 in our stores. We couldn't sell them anything. And there's nothing wrong with this. I had another customer was Kenny Jackson, you know, the name brand, you know. But in that middle, which is me, I like wine, and I actually had a bottle of wine the other night, but I can't tell you what I drank. I have no idea what the name of it was. So I went out and bought no name labels, created value, and I sold those by letting people taste and go. And I made a margin like this. So going back to the Port New Dom Perignon, I made 5% gross profit on Dom. I made 40 on Port New at $9.90. And I sold containers. I built a value, I built a story around that. So that was because I was driving their sales. The other thing I did, I wanted everybody to be a salesman. You're a selling organization. No matter what you're doing, you're still selling. So what I did was I put a 7, they put a 9. And I used a 7 at the end of the digit, like 997. So if a cashier was walking by and they saw you looking at Chardonnay, the cashier would take that, would say, I see you like Chardonnay. You never asked a yes or no question, just 50% you made your no word, which all of us don't like, as we discussed before. So he said, I see you like Chardonnays. She would grab it, put it in your hand, and say, oh, by the way, it's fruity and opens up in your mouth. It would happen to be a 7. And the 7 was a high margin item, which we had to sell. So that's how we drove that business. That was the secret to that business is very simple, sampling and that middle customer. I was just talking. And we were doing $15 million per good. Huge volume. Huge volume. We went so far during Christmas time when they'd be lined up all the way back. I think I had 17 registers. We had them lined to the walls while they're waiting. I had wine consultants go through with their smocks, open bottle of wine. Here, you want to taste this? You want to taste this? And we kept just filling our carts like this. We're going. We don't lose. We're selling to their outlet. We never stop selling. Okay.
My question, when you go out to your competition, how do you go out to them in a way that it's not, you're not being like a bad person in a sense? Because I know we all want to go out to competition, kind of come out on top, but you just.
I'm wrong on that. When I got interviewed by Kara Fisher in Washington Post, and she asked me, what type of market share do you want? And I was so young that I didn't know what market share was. I said, I want all the market. I want everybody else share. So I just go. But you do. What I do is I study, and then everybody has a weakness. They all have weaknesses. And you take that weaknesses, and there's your opportunity. There's your opportunity. There's your opportunity. And that's the easy way to get business.
So you capitalize on their weaknesses and make that your strength?
I do. Or make that, gives me another aspect of a customer they're not hitting. Or another aspect of sales they're not getting. Or takes that away from you. That's what I do. I'm very critical. I'm a nice guy. I got a history.
This is not a nice thing.
No, this is not a nice thing. This is changing.
How do you go about figuring out what their weaknesses are?
And I study. I used to be in, I go in their business more than I'm in mine sometimes. I study. And then I find people around the industry and I talk to people. I've learned to do it the easy way. I try to find sales reps if they have that. I find management people. I go in and befriend people. And I just talk to them. Everybody likes to talk. The secret is you talk and then you flip it around to they do all the talking. That's the secret. They got to feel like, this is really sounding bad, but like at the Dream Center, I'm providing salad bar for all these people, right? 3,000 miles away. I'm going to manage this. It's pure cash out. So they have their food manager there. I've talked to him so much now he thinks he reports to me. Because you got to get that relationship for some control. So that's what I just went and studied. And you really open your eyes and you look at their business. You can pull up their financials if they're public companies. You can pull up competitors' financials if they're public companies. We have so much information today on the internet that we never had in the past. All you do it the hard way. You can find out comps from other industries. And then you judge those against yours. That's how you decide where you have to grow. People, you gotta work with your people. Any other questions? Come on. Good.
You actually found that, or did you?
We had a foundation's been open since 2005, and they put a clinic in Africa. And I came in as chief operating officer, and I got them up to historical high. So we said, okay, we got to do this foundation. Who wants to do it? And I wasn't there then. We had to between the management team. Secondly, they guess what? You're president of the foundation. So that's good for me. Why? Because I learned the nonprofit side. I didn't know the nonprofit side before. So I'm learning that, and it's changed me. It's changed my life. Because now you're realizing that a lot of people out there, and they're one paycheck away from homelessness. They're hungry, or how many people have student debt? Up to here. My daughter actually graduated, and she has student debt she's still paying. And all this debt adds up. And then what happens when you get out of college? You get out of college, say, go to it, baby, right? There's no debt, right? So what I did at this Cairo colleges, we have all these 7 Cairo colleges. I started a doctor prep program where we educate them And then when they come out, we catch them. We can put them in clinics, we can do this, we can do that, or we can send them for additional training. We're there to catch. And that's what you gotta think about, that catch when you graduate. Who's gonna help you? What are you gonna do? That type of thing. But you gotta continue, you gotta be the Spartan warrior and give up. Like that gentleman, he failed his self-success. Failed. I thought, dude, man, I would quit. I was so bad for him. And he still kept going. Today, he's very well. Pardon? Yeah. He failed. I failed many times. I've taken turnarounds off of ego versus being smart, thinking, can this be turned around? Right? They're thinking, this is cool, I'll do this. No, I can't do it. You gotta think what you're doing before you go in.
Yeah, I was just commenting about you said about not being original.
Not being what?
Original. And I thought it was interesting because I was watching a video on how everything's a remix. So there is nothing really original. And I think Picasso said, good eyes, great eyes. So when we look for ideas, I think a lot of things
That's what I always do. I always find opportunity. Down here is a problem with the skateboard backpack, it's too small. Is that you?
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
And what did you do, create a bigger one?
No, it's a skateboard bag. Like,
So you took a backpack and an idea that's already there and just made it better, right? That's what I'm trying to say. Improve on, copied, whoever made that backpack, copied it,
find the new elements and get them together to make something better.
right?
So that process, like copying someone else doesn't make it better. Do you first do what they're doing and then you see what's wrong with it and then, okay, this is where I fix what they're doing wrong with that and make it better?
Well, I don't do what they're doing, I just watch what they're doing. And I try to learn from it and add that to my business, whatever else. What are you looking at? What's your goal?
Well, right now it's like mass snap photography business. So I'm like bringing to students cheaper photography for social media profiles and just get them better first impressions with employers or friends.
Yeah, I think that's really neat. You gotta find somebody who's doing it. Who else is doing it? Somebody's doing it.
Just individual photographers.
Go study it. Go study them and see how you can improve. That's what my whole life's been. Come on. Guys, Mark, we got more questions.
So you talked about basically for like Little Wine, you said that you got people to try it out. So in the beginning stages for us, how do you think we should go about getting focus groups, just friends?
I got customers, actual customers. Yeah, I had 15 tasting tables. It was like going to Barnes and Noble. And they walk around, have tasting tables, I'll tell you some secrets. Understand. Women, they love Italian accents or French accents. Right? Right? Come on. So I would go out and find waiters and things that had these accents. And we could sell anything to them with that. And then men like English and Australian. So you taper who you're selling to, right? Your audience. I mean, I was down into it, I can tell you. But that's what you do. And so I just brought labels and nobody ever heard of it. And then we would have Kendall Jackson, I remember, was $11.99, who made 7% gross profit. I went out and bought Robert Allison. I think it was $9.99. I made 30% gross profit. So I stacked it right up next to each one. I said, if you love Kendall Jackson, try Robert Allison. If you don't like it, bring it back free and save $2. Right? So who would not want to save $2? Just reach over and go. Marketing display.
So you use your competition there and then put your product right against it.
Exactly. I show them value. People don't buy products, they buy value. I love it. What else? What are you working on?
I have a small talent agency and I'm working on marketing it right now. channel. So trying to find places in Orlando to get the word out that I'm looking for talent and finding clients, stuff like that.
Are you talented?
What are you talented in? Yeah?
So what are you doing? What are you looking at? What's your, I think that's a good thing to do. I lived on the beach, Navarre Beach, for 2 years. I never wore long pants for 2 years, and now I'm over here. It didn't last long.
Get that real estate.
Good. What about somebody else? What about you?
Me?
Great, yeah.
Honestly, I'm still looking for jobs. I mean, I'm gaining as much knowledge as possible to be perfect fair, but I know I'm not watching on the picture sometimes.
Same thing? What about you? Nope.
Good.
Yeah.
Starting a beach apparel company, and right now I'm just getting everything together. Also thinking about ways to market it better.
What about you?
I've been doing a monthly underground dance party where we basically open a venue full scale, 200 people come, 6 hours. We're like 2 hours setup, 5-hour party, 2-hour breakdown, whatever. And right now I'm trying to build a team. So I've been doing this for a year, a lot of it on my own, recruiting volunteers. Now I have myself and a partner, and we're trying to have a graphic designer. We're trying to recruit people when there's no money, really. And we just need people who are committed. So running operations and building a team at the same time.
So you gotta get something like that. And really, it's just blast through the social stuff. It would make it, I would think, really blast it out there. Like, oh my God. There's people who have something they remember. In that video, you're part of it you remember. They've never seen anything like this before, right? 2014, never seen anything. That's it. That's what gets you. That's what people remember. That's cool.
You have costumes, bubbles, lights.
Make it cool. Make it different. You just be hitting those out a lot. What else? Come on, what about you? You look so quiet.
I haven't really started much of anything yet, but I want to do like sustainable house development, like focus on like taking shipping containers, repurposing them, building actually really nice houses.
Isn't that fun? Isn't it fun to come up with these ideas and start pushing forward, right? I'm gonna tell you, there's no greatest feeling in the world when you come up with an idea and then you start putting ideas and then you start working through the process and it starts happening. Nobody can understand that feeling if you don't have that inside of them. That Spartan thing, the warrior thing. I refuse to lose. That I'm going to succeed at all costs.
I think the hard part is just to do it, just even start.
It is. So the easiest way to start is come up with an idea and go look at what the other people do.
Did you look to any books or was there anything you did consistently to keep yourself motivated?
No, the business always drove me forward. But one thing I'm very good at, and I'm gonna brag, is I'm good at working with people. And I have to tell you, you gotta motivate people, you gotta drive people. And I used to tell everybody there's a difference between a leader and a boss. If you remember this one thing, a boss, if you had a piece of string, they represented all your employees down in heaven. And you push, the string goes like this, right? Right? A leader gets in front. And if you pull the string, everybody comes in behind. If you can remember that thing, that'll always help you with people. And you gotta get in. I got just a few more minutes. And you gotta dig into the weeds of your business. You gotta get into it. You can't be afraid. You gotta get in to learn every aspect. And again, I want to reemphasize, it's so important. Learn these people's aspect. Learn this aspect. It's not enough nowadays just to learn your business. It's too much. You gotta learn everybody's business and capitalize, improve, copy.
Obviously you've had a lot of experience. Like, have you ever come across a book that you believe would help young aspiring entrepreneurs? Or
You know, I think this is so.
what you'd recommend or something?
I found a book years ago, it's called Quotable Quotes. Tell you a little story. But that was, I used to read those, and so when I had trouble and down, like the snow would come, I didn't have any cash in the bank, the invoices keep clearing, even when you don't have any business, and your overdraft fees are getting up, and you think that you're at the bottom of the bottom. I used to read those quotes from famous people. They would say, and I used to sit there and think, you know what? They've gone through similar things. They've had their troubles too. And that's always made me feel better. I haven't read any business books. I got through college and never read a book, I just took notes. I was more into watching, analyzing, learning, tracking. I work on trends. Trends don't lie. I'll tell you, your systems, get your systems, and I'll tell you a terrible, terrible story, but I use this for my consulting. When John F. Kennedy was in his plane, remember him? He's zipping along, feeling good. Well, now he got caught in the fog or something, he got twisted around. So he knows he's going down, he feels it going down. So your first indication when you're going down is what? Pull up, right? Well, he was upside down. So when he pulled out, he went straight down. If he would have trusted his system instead of trusting his feeling, because systems don't lie, trends don't lie. If he would have trusted that horizon, he would be alive today. True story. Because so much as entrepreneurs, we know everything, right? I know everything. I'll argue with you about everything. And I'll persuade you, and if I can't win, I'll just try again. But we know everything, right? But we really don't. We really don't. Find your mentors. Find people in the business to look up to. Find regular business people. The guy who at Dark Drug, Herbert Hack was my mentor. And back in the day, way day, there was a thing called fair trade. And that meant if you had this bottle of water, I would tell you, I'll sell you this water for 50 cents and you're going to retail it for 99. He decided, I'll leave you with this. He decided he was going to sell that water at 75 cents. So the vendors cut him off. They sued. And the next vendor cut him off. He sued. He lost 13 times. He was failure. He failed his way to success. He went to the United States Supreme Court. It's called the Parke-Davis-Dart Act. And that's why people can discount today. He failed his way to success. And by that type of attitude, he was a billionaire. We had we had 4 public companies, we had 3 private companies, and then we opened up Total Beverage. But what we would do at nighttime, he would come in my office, and we'd have a glass of wine. All we do is talk business. Just talk business about everything. You have to find that person. You got to find that Herbert Hack. It will just talk about all aspects of business. Receivables, payables, crazy ideas, how to move forward, politics, everything. Like, with that, I just want to recap because we're 2 minutes away, right? Number one thing you got to remember, this will change your life, you have to be able to talk to people, right? You have to be able to talk to anybody, and you have to own those skills now. Some of you, when I talk to you now, some of you look at the ground. Some of you, when we're trying to get you to talk, some of you eyeball you straight, some of you keep looking over like that. Develop that skill, eye to eye. It's real important, eye to eye. You always got the intimidation factor. The other thing you have to understand, everybody needs to learn, I learned this the hard way. I used to go to board meetings, and Herbert used to say, he's called me boy, why do you feel like you got to talk all the time? What's wrong with you? I said, well, they want to hear what I have to say. Nobody wants to hear what you have to say. That's why you tell them. So he says, I want you to go to this board meeting. He says, I want you to sit with a notepad in front of you, with a pen over here, and I don't want you to say a word. I want you to sit there and every now and then write something down and watch your reaction. And they said, sure. It was hard. I sat there, crossed my hands. All of a sudden, as the meeting went on, the conversation slowly came toward me. Everybody was worried. What's he thinking? Is he upset? What's going on? I was rude. Oh, rude. Right? Intimidation. You don't know what you're doing. So you gotta learn to talk to people eyeball to eyeball. You never know who you're gonna meet. You never know. I was on the airplane flying back to Los Angeles, and I'm sitting on the airplane, I'm talking to this lady, and it turned out that her brother-in-law was the producer for $1 Million Baby with Clint Eastwood. And guess what? After I got to talk to her, pushed it, did like this, I said, I'm getting donations from sport. Right? Now, if I'd have been sitting there and didn't want to talk, I'd miss. Who would have known somebody sitting next to you had that contact? You never know who you're going to meet. Develop those skills. Get out of your shell. Talk, look, engage. Go out there and talk to people that you have no idea who they are. Get over that embarrassment.
So I'm still a little, do I get it when you talk about the idea of everything? But I was trying to understand, like, what's really the point that you're trying to drive home?
The point is that you want to take control. That you want people reacting to you like this. You want to be able to control conversations. And when somebody talks to you in meetings like that, you want it to be meaningful, impactful, instead of I don't care.
Everybody else talk and say what they have to say, so when you're doing that, say,
It means
listen.
Yeah, it means something. Because you have success, you're going to be in front of investors eventually, right? You're going to be redoing your own fundraising eventually, right? You have to learn how to handle yourself in those meetings. You have to start now.
So you had more control by listening to what everyone else had to say. Yeah.
I had more control because not only was I listening, but it got to the point they were trying to figure out what I was thinking. So instead of them concentrating on their subject, it was on me, and I was able to overpower them in the conversation. Again, you got to think of your Spartans, your warriors. You're there to win. And here's a lose. Right? And none of us are losing. That's why we're here doing what we do. We may trip down then, or we may retreat to fight another day. We don't lose. Keep that mindset. Okay? We're good? I go over to Florida Growth, because I'm doing mentoring for the Florida Growth program. So good, thank you. I sure enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Great. And then we can tell Pam that she doesn't have to threaten me.
All right, before you guys head out, I just want you all to know that if you would like free one-on-one coaching for experienced entrepreneurs, you can see Shakira in the back.
I came in a little late.
And if you guys would like to sign up, head to the front, take a picture. You guys, head to the front, take a picture real quick. We're going to take one picture. All right.
Oh, it is? Good. I like me. I'm in for it.
You guys are taking a picture in the front.
That makes sense.
All right,